Jason Sanders got a contract extension. We're going to talk about that and who's next. What's up, Fin fans? Yes, the Sandman, our boy, the golden leg of Miami, got a contract extension. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about who's next. I looked at the 2022 free agents. So we're still kind of talking free agents, just a little bit forward in time. 2022 free agents got some very big noticeable names that need to be talked about. Before we jump into that, you guys know, I got to shout out my guys at patchvibes.com. Get yourself some really awesome patches. They have some really awesome pins. They got some really awesome t-shirts. They got a Zach Thomas t-shirt, Ricky Williams t-shirt. They have that cool Grand Theft Auto style t-shirt. Be sure to go over there. Use the promo code DDW. You get yourself 20% off on your order. So be sure to go over there and check it out. So let's jump into this. Jason Sanders gets a contract extension. He is under contract with the Miami Dolphins till 2026, a 5-year contract extension. He was due to be a free agent next year, so we're still paying him in 2021 his rookie-based contract, but in 2022 is when the new contract kicks in, and that is a $22 million contract with a $10 million guarantee. He has the second highest guaranteed money behind Tucker. I don't know why I tried to put some dramatic pause behind it by shaking my head, but Tucker has the most guaranteed money. Now Jason Sanders has the second most, and him and Tucker were vying for that number one kicker this year, which even though the Pro Bowl said it was Tucker, All-Pro, Jason Sanders, best kicker in the NFL this year, gets his contract extension. I'm ecstatic. He's now one of my favorite kickers besides Olindo Mare. Olindo Mare is one of my hands-down favorite Miami Dolphin kickers. I know there was some other ones before him, but me, born in 87, grew up with Olindo Mare. Favorite kickers. Now Sanders is coming in there. The Sandman, golden leg Sanders. So he gets his contract extension. And this is something that the Miami Dolphins have done. They did it with Devontae Parker. They did it with Jakeem Grant, unfortunately. I'll talk about that. They did it with they did it with Eric Rowe. They did it with Xavier Howard. If you perform and you do well, you get your contract extension. They're not going to pull some shenanigans like the Tannenbaum and Gase did with Jarvis Landry, where they waited and waited and waited, and all of a sudden free agency comes and they're like, we're going to franchise tag you because you don't want to take the $12 million we're offering you. You want $15 million. Well, we're going to franchise tag you, and then we're just going to trade you. Stupid move. They should have signed him the year before he hit free agency like they did with Jason Sanders. If they let Jason Sanders potentially walk, it would have been the whole Cody Parkey situation where he ended up going to a different team and sucked. But we got Jason Sanders locked up, right? So with that being said, we're going to look forward. I already did my who I'd re-sign cut this upcoming free agency. Let's take a look into 2022 and look at some notable names of potential up-and-coming free agents. I'm also going to talk about there's ERFA and then there's RFA and then there's UFA. I'm going to talk about those different things and what they mean. So you have unrestricted free agent. That's somebody who, can go anywhere. Albert Wilson is an unrestricted free agent. Emmanuel Ogbah was one. Cameron Wake became one. Those can go anywhere. Restricted free agents essentially are guys that the Dolphins have first dibs on, right? That's where the tender comes in. You can take a restricted free agent and put a certain round tender on them. Like the Saints on Taysom Hill, I think they put a second round tender or a first round tender on Taysom Hill. And what that means is he's a restricted free agent. He had only under 3 years of play time or 3 years on the roster. Now, if you want to sign him, so say that the Packers wanted to sign Taysom Hill, they would have to give that tender round to the Saints. So that's what restricted free agents. They're restricted. They're not unrestricted. They're restricted to the team, and the team gets first dibs. Then you have ERFA, which stands for exclusive rights free agents. Those tend to come with like undrafted guys, and those are, again, under 3 years. And what that means is the original team, if they give a 1 year league minimum, right? So it could be 1 year, 1 million, but 1 year league minimum to their restricted free agent, that player cannot negotiate with another team. So it kind of sticks them with them. So the Dolphins, I'll talk about who they can do that to, but there's certain players that the Dolphins can do that. They can give them 1 year vet minimum, and then they're stuck with the team for another year. So being an exclusive right free agent kind of sucks. And then there's the restricted free agent, which it's not as bad, but the team will get some type of compensation back. And then there's unrestricted, where they can do whatever the flip they want. So let's look at 2022, and let's look at some free agents that Dolphins need to talk about, right? You have Emmanuel Ogbah. Dolphins only signed him for 2 years. He's making about $5 million a year. He's a restricted free agent. Mike Gesicki is an unrestricted free agent. Jerome Baker, unrestricted free agent. Durham Smythe, unrestricted free agent. Albert Wilson. Those 5 guys are big names that are going to be free agents after this year. Then you have the restricted free agents in Preston Williams, Sam McGuavin, and Patrick Laird. And then you have the exclusive right in Savon Ahmed. So the list is longer. There's Tyson Render, there's some other guys on there, but these are names that I found very interesting, right? Especially Mike Gesicki and Durham Smythe. Durham Smythe had a $2.18 million bonus for the amount of playtime and snaps he got, whereas Mike Gesicki only got 1.38. That's where it comes in, that if you can do multiple things, like tight ends who can block and go out and for the pass, you get more money because you get more playtime, you get more snaps. And that shows right there, and that shows having that well-rounded tight end, you make more money. Look at Durham Smythe. Like I said, $2.18 million versus Mike Gesicki's $1.38 million. So you look at these, right? Who are the Dolphins going to re-sign some of these guys? Some of them, it's like you should do it now. Like Mike Gesicki and Durham Smythe, those are guys that I can expect the Dolphins to try to re-sign now. They're not going to wait. Emmanuel Ogbah, I don't know what they'll do with him. He had 9 sacks this year, but again, he disappeared for some stints. I think at one point it was a 3-game stint. He had no sacks, got a sack, and then a 2-game stint, no sacks. So I'm wondering if they'll wait on him to be more consistent. Jerome Baker is another enigma where he plays really well. He had 7 sacks this year. They used him in a very well position where they would blitz him at certain points, and he's a very, very good blitzer. But when it came to run stopping and other things, he kind of disappeared. So it's like Jerome Baker, Savon Ahmed, he has the exclusive right. So I don't see the Dolphins doing anything with him. It's just a name that I thought, hey, he showed signs. What are the Dolphins thinking of him? But being that he has the exclusive right free agent, they're just going to wait. And if they like what he does in 2021, they'll just throw 1 year, league minimum, vet minimum on him and keep him. Then you have Preston Williams, Sam McGuavin, and Patrick Laird. Those are restricted free agents. So if Preston Williams does really well, they could throw a tender on him. And if a team really wants to come and get him, then we get a draft pick. He needs to stay healthy, though. That's his thing. He has consistently been banged up. Now, a lot of people say, well, Christian Wilkins jumped on him or this or that. Yeah, but he still needs to stay healthy. The guy needs to play a full season to justify getting a contract extension. So I think with Preston Williams, Sam McGuavin, and Patrick Laird, I don't see them getting contract extensions just because the Dolphins have that option of putting a tender on them and potentially getting something for them. I think the guys you're going to really look at to be the next ones to get the contract extension is going to be Mike Gesicki and Durham Smythe. I think those are the guys that are going to be the next guys to get that contract extension, especially because of how well they're playing. They're a good 1-2 punch. Now, I said it when they got drafted. It made no sense to take 2 tight ends that could do the same thing one guy does, like Goddard, who I wanted at that point. But these guys are both dynamic. Durham Smythe is a very good blocking tight end, and he has shown that he can go out and make the catches he needs to. Mike Gesicki is just an extremely, extremely dynamic, dangerous tight end. But he needs to work. They both know the things they need to work on. If you go back and listen to some of the press conferences this past offseason, they worked with each other because they know, I need to do this, I need to do that. They know what they need to do. So I think those are the guys next. And then Jerome Baker. If the Dolphins don't re-sign Jerome Baker this offseason, I think he will not be on the team next year. I think they'll move towards adding a different linebacker in this core. But Jerome Baker is another name to keep your eye out on. Gesicki, Baker, and Smythe. Those are three names that are probably going to get a contract extension. I think Smythe and Gesicki are on top of the list, and Jerome Baker, we'll see. But like Emmanuel Ogbah, Albert Wilson, I think they're just going to play the contract out, and the Dolphins will see if they performed enough to get a contract extension or if not. But be sure to comment below. Let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think of the Sandman getting a contract extension? Of the list I gave you, who should be re-signed? Like I said, you have Savon Ahmed, who's exclusive rights, so don't worry about him. And then you have Preston Williams, Sam McGuire, and Patrick Laird, who are restricted. We could put a tender on them. So think about that. Be sure to comment below. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm going to get to comment of the day. Now, a lot of you guys have been hitting me up with comment of the day, and I'm going to do a roundabout answer. Next video, I promise. Next video is going to be the Mythbusters. I'm going to pick one of you guys specifically, so be sure to comment below. You guys have been killing it, and you've been putting comment of the day, hashtag comment of the day, and I'm seeing all your comments, and that's why I'm answering some of them that have the same idea and same concept. But be sure to keep doing it. Keep commenting below if you want to be in comment of the day. I'm going to pick for next video. But this one, I'm going to talk about this offseason and what to expect from the Dolphins. A lot of people, I notice, not even when you put comment of the day, but I notice a lot of people down below are saying, you know, I want Allen Robinson. We should go for Joe Thuney. We should sign this guy. Even his name is just slipping my mind. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers middle linebacker. Just, we want to get these guys, right? Don't be surprised if the Miami Dolphins aren't big spenders this year. You're seeing what they're doing, you know, re-signing Jason Sanders. Like I said, expect Mike Gesicki and Durham Smythe to get contract extensions. I honestly think that that's the way they're going to go this year. I don't think they're not going to spend in free agency, but I don't think it's going to be Kyle Van Noy, Byron Jones type big splashy moves. I think they're going to add some defensive players. I think they should add some pass rushers. But like I said in a previous video, I think it's going to be the flip of what it was last offseason. Last offseason, it was very defense dominated and a little bit sprinkles of offense here and there. You know, we added Ted Karras, we added Eric Flowers, we brought in Breida, we brought in Howard, and that was the kind of it. We didn't really add much wide receiver help or anything else. Shaheen, we added him. It was mostly defense. You know, Kyle Van Noy, Landon Roberts, Fedulum, Byron Jones, Emmanuel Ogbah, Shaq Law. Defense, defense, defense. Expect the flip this year. Expect a little sprinkle here and there of defensive players and a lot of offense. Expect a lot of offensive, probably trenches, a lot of running backs, maybe even some wide receivers. We don't know, but I think it'll be a complete flip. But don't expect a big spend like they did last year, like how they brought in all these guys. I think it'll be more, let's see what's going to happen, especially now with what happened last year. I don't think free agency is going to be so hot and heavy because money is not as frugant, if that's even a word, as it was last year because of how the cap hasn't grown so much. So don't expect a big move, but I'm going to, the video's coming out soon. Talk about who I think the Dolphins should go after. I might contradict myself and say, hey, they should go after this guy, this guy, this guy. And then you'd be like, Doug, but you said they're not going to do big spending. Yeah, I don't think they will, but these are who I want. So I'll do a combination of who I want and who I think they'll do. But like I said, be sure to comment below. Next video is going to be a Mythbusters video that should be coming out Thursday or Friday. It's a good one. It's kind of free agent-esque. I try to keep into a theme. You guys have been killing it with getting me Mythbuster ideas, and you guys really like those videos. So if you guys have any other Mythbuster ideas, comment them below. But on that, I'll see you guys in that next video. Be sure to check out Miami Sports Music, their YouTube channel and their website. Fantastic stuff over there. Me and Teeter are now part of that community. It's a fantastic community. Be sure to check it out. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.